Hey, what's up, guys?
Hello.
As you can see, we're not in the RV right now. We are actually in the car, and we had some errands to run today, and we just so happened to go through a place. We're obviously in Florida.
Yeah.
But this city is called Port St. Lucie, Florida. So of course, as we're driving, she's looking up things to do, and just unusual things to do, not just anything
Yeah,
to do.
if there's anything neat to do. And the Devil's Tree came up at Oak Hammock Park in Port St. Lucie.
Right, and it's supposedly, we're going to be coming up on it here pretty soon, but once we get here, we're going to try to find this so-called Devil's Tree, and tell them a little bit about what you read on it.
It's supposed to be the Devil's Tree because apparently in the 70s, early 70s, 72, 73, this sheriff's deputy, or he was a cop somehow, I don't know. And apparently he killed about 30 people. I have to look into it more, but
real sicko, basically, that lived in the back of the woods. Now this particular place that we're going is actually a park now. People, they have a boat ramp there. They have just a little playground supposedly, and I think it was built in 2000. This happened in the 70s, but once we get there and find out what the deal is and where it's located, we'll show it to you.
Yep, and then we'll probably just show you the video, and I'll voice over the story once we do research on it, so we get the facts correct. So hopefully you enjoy it.
Just thought something cool to do since we're passing through anyway. Something to show you guys, so stay tuned.
Yep. Okay, so there are many ways to get to the Devil's Tree, but this is the easiest one that we found. If you go through those little gates, you will see the C-24 canal on the right, and you just keep walking along the C-24 canal. There'll be two lefts. Don't take the first one, which I'll show you. Keep going straight and take the second one, and there you will see the tree. And here's some information I found about this area. So it says, before the park or any houses were built in the area, the serial killer Gerard John Schaefer, according to a news article, this homicidal Broward County, Florida, ex-policeman, though convicted in 1973 of only 2 mutilation murders, is believed to be responsible for at least 30 more killings. A sadistic sex beast by nature, Schaefer would lure young women off the road with the help of his badge to rape, torture, mutilate, and murder. Schaefer was fond of killing 2 girls at the same time and did this on numerous occasions. According to one news article, at some point, Schaefer, tired of killing victims singly, doing doubles, in quotations, he later wrote, is far more difficult than doing singles. But on the other hand, it also puts in a position to have twice as much fun. There can be some lively discussions about which of the victims will get to be killed first. When you have a pair of teenage bimbolinas bound hand and foot ready for a session with a skinning knife, neither one of the little devils want to be the one to go first. And they don't mind telling you quickly why their best friend should be the one to die. Schaefer bound, gagged, raped, hung, and then buried 19-year-olds Colette Goodenough and Barbara Ann Wilcox at the Devil's Tree. Over the next 5 days after killing the girls, Schaefer returned to the scene. Both bodies were missing since January 8, 1973, and they weren't discovered until 2 fishermen came across a tree with 2 ropes tied around a low branch and bones protruding from the ground in 1977. Ever since, people have reported hearing screaming coming from the woods and hooded figures who chased the overly curious thrill seekers, then vanish in an instant. And I will continue to tell you the story in just a second after this brief pause. All right, guys, so
look what we see.
We're on the way to find the Devil's Tree for you guys, and look what we see.
Fred.
I don't want to get any closer and scare him, but...
Isn't he cute?
There he goes.
Bye, Fred.
See ya. Okay, now to continue. When the city built the park, they decided to include nature trails, and they also made plans to cut the tree down to prevent local Satanists from holding ceremonies near the tree. When the men came to cut down the tree with their chainsaws, the chainsaws malfunctioned. When they brought in the manual two-man saw, the teeth chipped off the saw. When they tried an axe, the axe head came off of the handle. It says there are orbs and ectoplasm pictures that have been taken at the parking lot, but some people can hardly ever take pictures near the tree because their cameras malfunction. In 1995, Gerard John Schaefer was stabbed to death in prison. So the only thing I could think of is when you're going through these trails is you picture the absolute terror that anybody would feel as they're getting drugged back into these woods. And this is the clear way to get through the trails, which we will show you in a future video. It's like really confusing. The trails, it just looks like a normal woods where you could get lost. So you can only imagine getting drugged through there, pretty much imagining what's going to happen to you. Now, we couldn't find any information on the structure that was right behind this tree, but it sure looks like somebody had a house built back there out of cinder block, but we really couldn't find anything. So we're just assuming that this sick guy All right, guys, so
actually
had
this thing built
himself. That big oak tree right there, supposedly, is where they found the 2 nooses where apparently this psycho whack job hung 2 girls, but of course this was 1972 to 1973, I believe, so that was 40 years ago, so that tree had to be a lot lower by then. So just to show you, this is, back here are supposedly the remnants of his house, and once again, that's the Devil's Tree. So this guy was supposedly a sheriff. And I guess they think he killed about 34 people. He's a serial killer.
It's all back here also.
So back here is where he had his house. Now you got to think, this is 1973, so this was probably, yeah, 72, 73. This guy had to be really freaking sick. He probably brought the people back here.
I don't know if it was all 30 or just the 2 girls were hung on this tree.
2 of them got away. He left them hanging by the noose, and then they wiggled free.
I know they were headless.
The headless ones, they found their bones in 77.
Oh, yeah,
right.
But he raped them while they were dead.
That's sick. We'll definitely give you more of the story. I'll have to do some research on it. Over there you can see there's more, like a corner of the house. And it looked like this was a corner of his house. You gotta be one sick person to come back here and kill people. I don't know what the heck that is. Looks like there's a trail leading that way too. This is some really sick stuff. It's interesting though. So if you happen to be in Port St. Lucie, Florida, we happen to be coming through here, and I have a book that says Weird facts about Florida. So we were driving through Port St. Lucie. We figured we'd try to find this place.
Creepy, huh?
Super creepy.
Just creepy.
Let's see if I can. Looks like this was his tin roof or something. I bet you they found the bones back in here.
Let's get all the facts. But I thought a couple of them were hanging right there. No.
Yeah, the two that were hanging are the ones that got free. They wiggled free and lived. We'll get the facts though.
Yeah,
I need to get back there. I mean, this is 2016, so I could definitely see how in the 70s you'd definitely be able to hide back here. This wasn't even a park. And I guarantee you it's a lot more wooded than this.
This is kind of like the Hatfield.
Yeah. Now this is living off the grid for sure.
Just interesting, though, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Let's go back this way.
That tree's spooky too. It reminds me of the Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
Maybe. Same thing.
Yeah, pretty darn cool. Not cool that people died, but interesting for sure.
That's what I'm trying to do. Still let that talk.
That's just
I'm sure if you look around here, you probably find some
artifacts.
like stuff laying around.
You probably gotta, it's probably all overgrown. You probably have to dig.
Back in the 70s, they probably didn't find all the bones.
I think 77, the girls went, they found them, they went missing in 73, they found the bones in 77.
Okay, guys, so we found the tree, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty interesting. Not just interesting, but creepy. Just
Very.
standing there, creepy. There's one part of the video, though, you guys didn't see. And as we were trying to find this devil's tree, and obviously it has a lot of background as far as, you know, people taking little pieces of tree and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which you guys
We
probably...
didn't do.
Yeah. While we were standing there, this girl come out of nowhere, and she didn't even look at us. She had, she was kind of like dressed in the 70s.
Yeah, hippie clothes.
It's like she came
Big
out of the
bell
woods,
bottoms.
and she had dreads, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just, she didn't take one look at us. One
She
look
had
at
hula
us.
hoops. Who
It-
goes through the woods with two white hula hoops over her shoulder?
Now keep in mind, guys, it was creepy just walking back there, do that. And here this girl is walking by herself and didn't pay no attention to us whatsoever. Didn't look up, didn't look down, just straight ahead.
Just straight ahead.
And it kind of creeped me out because I was like, wow,
Yeah,
that almost felt like a ghostly presence that just walked by me.
yeah.
I wish I would have videoed it for you guys because that was weird. That
Yeah.
was really weird. She probably wouldn't have showed up on this video. That's how weird that girl was. Am I right?
Yeah, it's just
So,
weird. You know, you gotta wonder if she does that just to creep people out.
yeah.
Because people go there obviously to see this tree, and she might just be dressed like that
And it's just crazy.
to
I
creep
mean,
people out on purpose.
besides, you know, it even, you know, we were actually looking into, what was it, the
Oh, geocaching.
Yeah, we were looking into that because maybe, you know, we'll do that in future videos if anybody cares. But it even says on that app, because I looked it up already, it says be careful, it could be dangerous, correct?
Yeah, yeah, because you don't know what coordinates people are putting in there.
Crazy people.
You might go over there in the woods to find a geocache little toy or something, and you're gonna find a wacko.
You're going to catch
Catch you.
Manson back there.
So don't go alone.
And
or at least be prepared.
And you guys know we have a daughter, and I wouldn't know what would be going through her mind walking back through all them trails back there, which I don't even know how far. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this little shortcut we took into just doing something as we're passing through Port St. Lucie, Florida, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.